Hey guys, how's it going? Morta here. In today's video I want to talk about my personal experience with Castle Nathria now that the week is over, and with my guild we are cleared all of normal. We managed to get the first boss on heroic. And yes, in case you noticed it already, I'm playing as a Frosty K. But memes aside, I've really enjoyed the raid, especially the theme, the music, the characters, the boss. All are really refreshing after almost 8 months of progressing through Nyalota, all the purple, the tentacles, well, you know the rest. And besides that, I was pleasantly surprised by one thing. And it's actually that now raiding even in normal and in heroic to a certain sense, even if we have enough time just to kill the first boss in heroic, is the tuning of the raid actually. The fact that even in a normal we have to properly do mechanics. Okay, we can talk about that we are at the start of the expansion, so our characters are comparably weaker. Like for example when a tier release in mid-expansion. But if you want to take an example, Talc compared to Shriekwing, Talc was a piece of cake. I probably ignored almost all his mechanic, while in Shriekwing, in phase 2, if you get hit by a donut, well, you are going to feel that, and even your healer as well. And in fact we saw some hilarious moment, like wiping 4-6 times on certain bosses like Council of Blood or Sired Nathria, because we timed badly our cooldowns, because we are not prepared for them, and we are a guild that previous tier managed to get cutting edge, even if it was at the start of September, but still we cleared the wall of Mythic, and we did not have struggled in normal. Obviously not, but the curve of difficulty was more similar to heroic raiding compared to normal, as I was used in Legion or Battle for Azeroth or Warlords of Draenor. Higmal was a piece of cake, if I remember correctly. And if I want to make a good stand, I have to say that Sludge Fist and Sire the Nathria or normal are comparable to late or mid heroic bosses compared to previous tier, when the last boss in normal was comparable to the first or even the second boss on heroic. So why this gap, this increase? Well, Rich said a very good thing. I wanted to release this video earlier, but he managed to release his video before me, and he actually said that even normal and heroic guild want to have a meaningful progress experience, and I cannot biasme them. Before this tier, for example, heroic was kinda meme. Maybe Ajara was something a little more harder compared to Nosot, but you could totally cheese it by going for the nuke strategy. And another point that I want to address of why the raid feels more difficult is that we are under gear compared than usual. Loot is more scarce, as you can see from war quests and dungeons. The item level is lower. Now you will not be able to gear at heroic item level in Mythic Plus, but we have the benefit of having the Great Vault that will help us to target more specific upgrades based on the activities that we have done the previous week. And another big important factor is the fact that many best legendary effects came from actually the raid. In fact, my guild wanted to start first with heroic, but in order to place our hands, for example my best one for Death Knight from both Frost and Anoli came from the last 3 bosses, Sludge Fist and Sire the Nathria, then we decided to go for normal, which hindered a little because we cannot take advantage that this first reset the bosses were dropping the same number of loot like in previous expansion heroic, while from the next reset, if we are in a group of 20, both normal or heroic, we should expect to receive 3 pieces of loot, so probably the proportion will be 4 if your group is 25 player and 5 if your group is of 30 player. But yes, my opinion of the raid is very positive. Probably at the moment, with my experience, my favorite encounters are Council of Blood, Artificial Xonauts or whatever his name is, and Castle Nathria. I can't wait to starting progressing on Heroic and Mythic. Now our raid times are a bit changed, so progress for us will be slower now that we've changed our schedule to 2-day raiding instead of 3, while we've increased the time on those days. Instead of 2 hours, we now raid 3 hours per night. And what our experience with Castle Nathria? I would like to know your opinion about the boss. What is your favorite encounter? Let me know in the comment section below. This is all for today. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Until next time guys, be safe.